Good morning everyone, welcome to another vlog here on the World of Coasters. Today we're in my favourite and probably Louise's favourite park in the UK. We're in Blackpool Pleasure Beach. We're here for Rope Drop. We've been staying the night at the Big Blue Hotel and we're here for a day of fun. Park hours today are 11 till 5 PM, so it's a short day but it should be quite quiet day. Rides are just open, as you can see behind me. There's a little rush for Icon, but I think we're going to get in the queue for the big one first.
Yeah.
And go from there. Hopefully it won't be too busy and we'll be able to get lots of rides done. The weather's perfect for today. Obviously last time we came here was in July and high winds meant the big one was shut. Although the big one was running, it went down within the first half an hour due to high winds and we didn't get a chance to run it. So we're going to get on that before any chance of high winds. It's not our favourite hyper in the world, but it is still a good one. Obviously, you know, no recording on the rides here, guys, so it's going to be just off-ride shots. You can see here they've got good social distancing markers everywhere. Extended queues going out of all their rides, especially the big one. They haven't actually quite opened the queue yet, but they've got stand behind the yellow line markers. So they've just opened the queue line and we're going to be probably on the second train of the day. You might be able to hear the new soundtrack that came in for last year, done by the same guy that did the Icon soundtrack. I can't think of his name. But yeah, it's absolutely amazing. I actually bought the soundtrack for this one because I'm that sad. But yeah, first time we're getting on the big one this season, Lou. I'm excited. It may not be the smoothest, but it's the 1994 Arrow Beast that is. So we've just come off first ride of the day and that has got to be one of the best rides on the big one I've had.
Look at his hair.
I'm going all through for you already. We got a second from the front on that.
Yeah, that was so good. So no one say in the comments, oh, you guys moan about the big one. That was good.
That was good.
Ride.
It does depend on where you sit, and like I say, it's early so it's not running as fast. But yeah, I had a brilliant ride. They've gone out within about 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's good.
Like, they're social distancing in the queues, but they're not social distancing in the cattle pens, which I find strange. But
you're on the ride, so you're literally in every single row and you're all bunched in.
But they are making it so you've got to wear a mask on the ride, which is always good. Anyway, we were going up the hill for the big one, and we were like, there's no queue for Icon. It's basically walk-on, so we're not going to turn that down. We're going to go on Icon next and have a ride on my favourite ride in the country. So Icon, of course, the 2018 Mac Mega. I absolutely love this roller coaster. It is just such a good coaster. Definitely my favourite in the country. It's a nice long layout. It's got force, but it's not overly forceful, and it's just a brilliant coaster. So yeah, it looks like they're running at least a 2-train service on this. The other time we came here in July, they were running 2 trains on this as well. So they really do bash the trains out on this one. I think they learned from the Mac family and Europa Park with this one. Obviously the Pleasure Beach are quite close with the Mac family, the Mac and Thompsons. Obviously Amanda Thompson used to do the ice shows for the Europa Park. I don't know whether she still does. But yeah, we're going to go on this and we will see you when we get off of Icon. That's good to see. They've got some more perspex up now. These weren't here when we came in July, so the fast track queue is separate from the standard queue, and they've got markers all the way along for social distancing. Like, my favourite position on this coaster is front. It's just amazing on the front, this one. Not as bad anywhere else, but it's just so good on the front. As we've just got off of Icon, you can see my hair is already going everywhere, which is a sign of a good day at a theme park. Anyway, we've just come into the Icon shop to have a look at some of the merch. We absolutely love the merch at the Pleasure Beach. They do some of the best merch in the country, and it's the first time that I reckon my credit card or debit card even may be in a bit of trouble. You know, we've got some good merch here. I've just seen some face masks, which I'll show you in a minute, that I really like. So they've got absolutely loads of different merch just themed to Icon, and we'll have a look at the Kiss Me Quick store later because they have all the other merch. But every time you come here, there's more merch. Smell nice?
Smells of sweets.
And they've got different flavours by the looks of it. But yeah, every single time you come here, there's new merch for Icon, which I find amazing. What's that one?
It's great as well.
That's like cherry blossom. So here are some of the masks they're offering here at the Pleasure Beach. I do like this one. I'm going to buy this one. It's pretty cool. It's got all of the like big rides logos on it. And the price of these ones doesn't actually say, but I'll tell you in a minute. Right, so made first purchase of the day, which is a Pleasure Beach mask. It only costs £4, which I don't think is too bad. They do have premium ones, which are £6, but I still think they're quite a good quality one. I won't be wearing it today, but I might wear it tomorrow when we go off to Drayton Manor. Anyway, we're going to head down to the Wallace and Gromit ride now, which is Louise's favourite dark ride in the UK.
It really is. It's a bit sad.
Right.
But it is.
She loves Wallace and Gromit. I like Wallace and Gromit. But yeah, it's a great day so far. And behind us, if you can notice, there's Pleasure Beach Experience. Just notice them. They just seem to be vlogging away. And yeah, so crowd levels aren't too bad in the park today, which is always good.
I thought there were people up there.
No, they've always been there. I was just about to say they've got these barriers up here for the extension queue. I imagine for during the summer when Icon was getting quite long, they've got markers everywhere. I do like the markers there. Probably the only thing I'd say about the markers though is because they're not on the floor, you might not see them. But I do like the Icon's markers.
It's stupid to not realise, but you know.
Some people, I'm not saying, but some people. Anyway, like I say, we're heading over to the Wallace and Gromit ride. I think we're going to have a great day today as the crowds are really low.
Whenever I'm in Blackpool, I just feel so happy. I don't know what it is. It's like...
It's just a happy place.
Really happy place.
It's definitely my favourite park in the country, and with crowd levels like this, we're in no major choke point at the moment, but these are the sort of crowd levels I love in a theme park. It's a Friday today, so I imagine tomorrow when we go off to Drayton Manor, it's going to be a little bit busier. So we mentioned it in the last vlog, but I'll mention it again. Obviously the Pleasure Beach does have their social distancing in place. We showed you the markers already.
Nice and obvious as
They
well.
do have them nice and obvious, so it's alright, please keep left and no entry to the right. As with July, in fact even more so with July, it's not really necessary as it's so quiet. You don't really need to worry about it. People do seem to be respecting the social distancing in the queues. It's going to be like normal, to be honest. You will always get some people that just don't realise or forget. But yeah, most people are wearing a mask in the queues.
Especially because it's so
close together. Plus, I've got to plug the channel, you know. Yeah, we're just going past Nickelodeon Land now. And heading up to Louise's favourite dark ride in the country.
No, it isn't. Oh, maybe in the...
In the UK.
Let me get back to you on that.
Oh, I'm going to have to ask you on that. I've got to actually decide, is that my favourite dark ride in the country? It's up there, it's a good one. The thing is,
It's the Cadabra ride.
most people hate this because it's apparently it was a classic, it was the gold mine or something like that. But because me and Louise never got to ride that, I don't know what it was like. So the Wallace and Gromit is all I've ever known it as. So yeah, we'll see you on the ride, guys, when we get on the Thrillomatic.
60 seconds to blast off. Where'd you get that from? Oh, that's my machine. I've got patent pending on it. Come to Mary, lovely Wobbly. I've got a frog in my pants. What is this? Help! Get me down! Help! Get me down, Miss Kingston! That's right enough. You'll be hearing from the solicitor about 125 RPM. That's rather slow.
Right, so I'll walk on to the Wallace and Gromit Filmatic there. Always love that. One of the best dark rides in the country, as I've already said. And Louise is in heaven now because this is her favourite gift shop in the UK. It's all Wallace and Gromit. They do some really good merch in here. Last time we came in here, we got a Feathers McGraw bottle, which they seem to still have in stock. I'll show you in a minute if you haven't seen that. But there's plenty of Wallace and Gromit merch.
That's quite cheap, actually.
Louise actually really wants one of these. I think you might get one for that price. Right, that ain't too bad at all. £12.95 for a large Feathers McGraw. So here is the mug that we got. I love this, I bring it everywhere, but I actually forgot to take it on the mega trip. The first thing you said was like, you've forgotten the mug. It's like, oh well. Anyway, to the next ride.
Fist pump.
You got her elbow bump. She's got her elbow. There we go, practicing the social distancing. So there we go, practicing some social distancing, some elbow bumps with Gromit himself.
He loves the camera.
He loves the camera. He's like, come here, come here. Anyway, we're going to go to, I think, the river caves now.
Yeah.
Unless Louise wants to ride a fusion.
No, I think I want to get Luke on that.
No, I don't. I won't go on it again.
No, I want to
No.
on the floor.
No, I've got the credit.
No.
That coaster does not exist to me now. Like literally, I look at the park map, I look in that corner, and it doesn't exist. Generally speaking, when I look at that area of the park, someone's like, name the coasters, I'll forget that one because it's so rough.
He wants to get it.
Obviously, that's the third and final SLC of this trip, but I've already got that credit, so like I say, I'm not doing it. One here. I believe this was built in the early 20th century, this ride. It's had its updates, of course, but the original Magic Mill ride system that it is the original one from back in the early 20th century. You'll see on the ride. So one of the strangest rides here, but again, one of the oldest. Obviously, it's had a few rethemes, but it's a very nice dark ride. It's nice and long and has some pretty cool theming inside, starting with the dinosaurs as we go on our trip in the river caves. So into the depths of the ocean we go. There are some new elements in this ride, as you'll see through this video. A few of the dark rides have had some TLC in them, which is nice to see. Also the ghost train is in. That beautiful starry sky. Stars look so close you could reach up and touch them. Probably could actually. So for those of you who have ridden this before, you'll see some of the retheme that has happened through here. It's just had a bit of liquor paint and looks a lot fresher. There's some new like mannequins at the end. And these guys through here have had a repaint. Right, so we've just come off of the river caves there. As you saw, there was some slight enhancements to the theming that had already been done earlier this season, but I forgot to mention it. As I said on the ride, they've done some enhancements to a lot of their dark rides, including the ghost train and Alice in Wonderland. I just love the dark rides here. They're so cheesy, but they're like good cheesy. They're like a high level of cheese. Anyway, we're just coming past Impossible, which is the fun house. This is closed this season, mainly due to social distancing issues, and obviously it's quite a high contact ride. So sadly we won't be riding this anytime soon, but they've got a cart door ban in front of it. I was just saying to Louise, we probably should look at it going on the Grand National. This is a absolute favourite ride here, but sadly the first time we went on this we had such a rough ride. It's kind of put us off a bit. But I would like to go on it. I've always said it's like it's a very rare. It's one of the last Mobius loop wooden roller coasters in the world, if not the last. And that's one of the reasons why it's so highly renowned. It's actually listed this roller coaster, unlike a few of the roller coasters here, for its heritage. It's obviously a dueling roller coaster. The weird thing being is a lot of enthusiasts count this as 2 credits. I count it as 1 credit because it's one circuit. They loop over and you end up in the station of the other one. So put it down in the comments. Do you think this is 2 credits or 1? Because I class it as 1. So yeah, we're now coming around to the entrance of the park. Going to have a look at the Tango Ice Blast and maybe see if we can see any more work done on Valhalla and go from there.
And our guests. Our entire Pleasure Beach team will be temperature tested every day. Welcome back to Blackpool Pleasure Beach. When you're here, please be patient.
So we're going to nip into the Kiss Me Quick shop, which is the main shop found under Flying Machines, the oldest ride in the park. And you can notice they've actually got some of their Halloween theming up already, which is good to see. Maybe some Halloween merch, and I don't know whether the Pleasure Beach do Halloween merch. But yeah, it's good to see they're starting to get their Frights Night stuff up. So we're seeing in the one-way system here. Got some Oktoberfest merch in. Sadly, we're missing out on the Oktoberfest as they're only running it every Saturday.
Yeah.
Something a bit different.
Yeah, it is different. I like the ducks.
So we've picked up some pin badges. They got them on 3 for 2. So you've got the old Pleasure Beach logo, like a limited edition Halloween one with Mr. Funshine, and a Ghost Train rubber one. Some pretty cool merch along here as well. Some pop pictures, some bracelets and necklace.
Never let me down, just leave me home.
It's not even the end of the day, and Louise just spotted this, and I'm sold on it. It is a t-shirt off like Geek Stats of Icon. 15 quid. Louise, you're just making me spend my money.
No, I'm not. I saw it and I was like, look at this geek top.
And I was just like sold. It was the first thing I said. We're coming to the end of the shop now, but we got obviously this area here where they keep a lot of the old ride parts. So obviously we've got some various like upstop wheels and just parts from all the rides. If you come here at the right time, you can bag a bargain. Like look, they've got some horses off of one of the rides. I wonder how much they are. So I've just seen this. This is one of the Pleasure Beach flags. I'm having a little nerdgasm right now, but Louise has just said, "Where are you going to put
Where's that going? That's not going in my garden, though.
I'll hang it out the front of the house."
No. Where's that going to go?
I'll hang that on the wall.
What wall?
Sold. It was the worst decision coming in here. What are we at? We're at 15 quid for the t-shirt. I don't know how much this is, but that's cool. And then a set of pins.
Is this actually from here? Or are they just selling it?
No, this is their old, authentic ride parts. So they have some different design ones, but this is the last one with the logo. So I don't know how much it is, but I'll find out and I'm going to have that. So they've got these 3D models back here. I absolutely love that one.
I like the Valhalla boat. I will allow that to be
The
purchased.
Valhalla boat, how much is that? Does it say 3D models at £80? I very much doubt the entire big one train is £80 though.
That is pretty cool though.
They
I
are
would
pretty
allow
cool.
that
Like,
to be purchased.
I like that. I might just ask for the sake of it, but
Yeah.
I won't be getting that. Right, so that was an expensive mistake going in there, wasn't it, though? 40 quid worth of merch, but like I say, I need that sort of stuff. I'm such a nerd for like theme park merch. Obviously, the t-shirt was 15, the pins were 2 for free, and the tapestry, the little big flag thing, was 20 quid, which was maybe a bit more than I was expecting, but it's just one of those things that's like so unique. And the operator said they were just getting rid of the Valhalla tapestries, which actually they've got a couple left up on the sides. He said these ones up here, as you can see, some of them are gone now. They say Valhalla on them, and they were selling them for 15 quid, I think he said. So I'm gutted that I missed out on them. He literally said the day the park's open, the second the enthusiasts saw them, they were gone. Obviously Valhalla is under its refurbishment, reopening in 2021, and I can't wait to come back here in 2021 and ride it.
Playing the music, I've heard that before.
I love the music for this one. This is one of Jeffrey Thompson's babies, the best water ride in the world, and I'm not just saying that because it's got the Golden Ticket Award. It is the best water ride I've ever been on. It's just so immersive, and it's one of those rides where you just come off absolutely drenched but happy. Right, so next ride of the day is the Flying Machines, the oldest ride in the park. This was built in the beginning of the 20th century, and I believe was moved from its original location because the Pleasure Beach wasn't exactly in this spot to begin with. But yeah, it still operates after all these years. Had a slight retheme in the 50s and 60s where they changed it to rocket ships rather than actual flying machines. But this is a good one, especially when it rains, isn't it, Lou?
Oh my god.
When it rains, this is horrible.
It's always on the road when it rains.
But thankfully today there's none
It
forecast.
will rain.
Before commencing work each day, we have introduced social distancing measures in queue line.
You just come off of the flying machines. I do like that. It's just a classic, like, it's just so old, it's so classic. Anyway, I think we're going to go on the Tango Ice Blast, which is an SNS shot tower. I believe this was 1999 they built this one. We should be able to walk straight on it if we're quick enough. So I just got off of the Tango Ice Blast there. Louise sadly didn't join me on that one. I thought you were going to.
Film you on it.
You can try it later maybe? I don't know what we're going to do now. I think it's going to be in Louise's hands what we'll do next.
You could have made it easy for me.
Alice in Wonderland, dark ride, that's had a few upgrades in it. So we'll see you over when we get to Wonderland. We've got the Grand National here, which hopefully we'll give a go later. And going to go on Alice in Wonderland, which opened in 1962, just to show the age of this ride. And the Cheshire Cats. Louise, what colour Cheshire Cat do you want?
A purple one.
Purple one, let's see whether we get that. Louise will be happy to know that there is two cats and there's one group in front of us, so we will indeed land the purple Cheshire Cat.
Wow.
That is
some
some
foreshadowing right
scary stuff, Lou. To my favourite ghost train in the United Kingdom. Louise, is this your favourite ghost train?
Yeah.
It's my favourite. It's just such a long, traditional ghost train. But yeah, they've got some new features here, including like here, you can see that it's a moving box. Looks pretty cool. Louise, are you going to predict our car? What colour?
Oh, a red one.
Oh, okay, so blue or red?
There's a red one out, so this one.
This has had a lot of work done to it over the close season and it looks a lot better for it. One of them works.
Scary folks.
ride on a good classic ghost train, and like I say, that is the best in the country by far. I don't know what we're going to do now, maybe even get a re-ride on Icon. Louise trying to make me walk into the river. But yeah, I'm having a brilliant day so far. Like, it's nice and quiet, but it isn't absolutely dead. There's enough to make an atmosphere. So I don't know what we're going to do now. You got any ideas?
Well, that is shut, isn't it? The funhouse.
The funhouse sadly is shut. Do you want to go on the Grand National, give it a go, or do you want to do the Big Dipper?
I don't know.
So we're going to decide what we'll do next, and we'll let you know. So we were just passing by, and the Pleasure Beach Express has just pulled into the station, and there's no one queuing for it, so we're going to make it our next ride of the day. The old classic, the Big Dipper. I do like this roller coaster. Depends where you sit on it though, it can be a little bit rough. But if you get a good ride on it, it's brilliant. And then obviously the old next to the new, you got Icon over there. Look at it. I do love this coaster. Some of the re-tracking they did for the big one. They've just done a few sections, and to be honest, a bit more around here needs re-tracking, but it's good to see they're looking after it. These turns are getting a little bit rough in their old age, so it's nice to see that it's getting a bit of re-track. Get some really nice views of the Big Dipper around here, and of course if you're a hotel guest in the Big Blue and you're lucky enough to get a park view room,
Which we always have. This is the only time we have it.
We've stayed in this hotel about 4 times now, and every time we've ended up with a park view room. Sadly, as I said earlier, we didn't get a park view room this time. There you go, look at that classic old wooden coaster, big old steel coaster next to it, and then the new generation Icon. Some lovely views around the park there on the PB Express. I nearly said the Nickelodeon Street, but I think that's the next ride we're going to do. If it's up and running, that is, because it's not actually been running all day that I've seen. Might just not have been looking. But yeah, that's the orange coaster back here. I think Louise has, yeah, she's disappeared into the Nickelodeon shop, so let's follow her in and see what they have to offer here. So in here, it's all Nickelodeon. This is like Louise's childhood dream Nickelodeon store. Personally, I was more of a Disney kid when it came to that sort of thing. Disney.
Nickelodeon, because my parents can afford the Disney.
Oh. So if you like Nickelodeon slime, you can actually buy your very own slime factories and stations here. So if you want to get covered in Nickelodeon slime. And no, it's not Lego. It's Mega Bloks. The disappointment. Louise has bagged herself a bargain. £1.
Don't look at my nails, please.
Oh no. £1 for a little fridge magnet for SpongeBob, your favourite Nickelodeon character. Just one thing to note, I didn't know in there, it might be across the whole park, they're not actually taking cash at the moment, it's card payments only, which we normally use card anyway, but just happen to have £1 for that. But that's good to see that they're reducing the cash. Right, so Louise has selected her favourite ride in the whole of Nickelodeon Land. It's looking like Nickelodeon Street may be closed at the moment, but we're going on Dora Explorer ride. It's going to be a family fun adventure with the most annoying song ever. So here we go. I won't bore you with too long of this because it has the most annoying speaker in the world. Check out to it, Lou. Some very impressive theming, but they really need to trim their lavender bushes. They're just overhanging a little bit and end up coming into the car. Probably one of the most annoying rides ever. I don't know why, I think it's just the soundtrack.
It's a small one.
I do just wish it had a mute button on that speaker.
No.
I'd rather be on It's a Small World. So sadly, the Nickelodeon streak is closed at the moment, so we won't be riding that. But we're going to head over to the Blue Farm, which I think in July we didn't ride, did we?
Nope.
After that, probably going to go over to Avalanche and maybe stop off and grab something to eat quickly before going on Icon again. Crowd levels in here. This is the obviously kids area of the park, so it's going to be a bit busier, but still quite quiet as it goes.
Please remain seated and hold on to the grab rails with both hands at all times. The ride is about to start.
A great ride on the Blue Flyer there, of which, because of social distancing, we had to squeeze into one train. And that is a kiddie coaster, like it's an old-timey kiddie coaster.
For an adult child, too massive.
It was very tight, let's just say that. And one thing that I didn't realise is the trains on that are made by the Philadelphia Toboggan Company, which are PTC, which actually, I don't know whether they're still trading actually, but they make roller coaster trains and wooden roller coasters nowadays, more commonly known as PTC. Anyway, we're going to go on a ride in Nickelodeon Land we've never been on before, because for some reason we always skip it, and we do like a nice Zampala disco. And back here they've got this Avatar Last Airbender themed Zampala disco, so we're going to give this a crack before heading into the rest of the park. Right, some pretty cool theming on this one. Like I say, we've never been on this, as it's just one of those rides we walk past a lot. It is tucked away as you come in by the pizza and pasta restaurant. But yeah, pretty well themed Zampala disco. We'll see you when we get off. That's our first ride on that particular Zampala disco, but they're pretty standard as they go. I do like a nice Zampala disco. Sometimes they make me feel a bit nauseous, but that one was good. Anyway, we're going to find something to eat, just small little snacks. We're having a pizza hut for dinner tonight, and then we'll carry on our day, probably with Avalanche and Icon. So we've just had our lunch and now we're going on Avalanche. We were going to go on Avalanche for the sake, because it's actually got a really long queue at the moment. Lou! The umpa band is gone. It's Oktoberfest, for goodness sake. Need to get that open, the little teddy bear umpa band. Anyway, I think in a minute we're going to head over to Icon, but we're just going to nip into the Avalanche shop to get a drink. I think about every half hour or so they run this fountain show, which looks spectacular, but we've seen this in the heavy wind, haven't we, Lou? And that's not fun. So we're just going to sit on this bench over here and give you some shots of it. So I've talked Louise into trying it again, and I'm scared for this one. We're going on the Grand National, one of the most iconic roller coasters in this theme park. Known only for its roughness in my books, but we'll soon find out. Here we go, we'll see you when we're off the ride. Understatement of the century. Right, so after going on the Grand National about 3 or 4 years ago now, we decided to give it another crack today, and I can happily say just no. Like, I know it's grade 2 listed, but no, that is so rough. It's like beyond rough. We sat in the front car and that was rough. I can understand people being like, oh, it's such a vintage ride and all that, but it is too rough. Every single person that got off that was like in agony and saying, oh, I didn't enjoy that, it was too rough. I didn't hear one person going, let's go on that again. It's
No
like,
one's going to run around and rewrite that, I'm telling you.
the thing is, the Big Dipper, I love that. Get the right seat on it, it's brilliant. But that is just beyond rough. Like, I know it may be a horrible thing to say, but you know, RMC it. It may be grade 2 listed, but it needs an RMC conversion in my opinion. So after that agonising ride on the Grand National, we're going to go on Ice Blast. And Louise, you're joining me this time, yeah?
Yeah.
You looking forward to this one? You like these?
Yeah, I find them quite boring. I
must
like that
admit.
one yesterday we went.
So it's the same type of ride, it's just a reverse shot. So anyway, we'll see you when we get off of the Tango Ice Blast. It's about now, I'd say, let's go on Valhalla, but sadly it is closed for its refurbishment. The weather is beautiful now, there's not a cloud in the sky. It's probably about mid-20s now, I'd say.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful, like I could get soaked and...
Like, look at all this picturesque.
Oh yeah, we've been taking loads of pictures. It's blue skies and it's just a beautiful day at the park. Anyway, we're going to go do some of the dark rides, of which I won't bore you with any more POVs on them. And then we're going to head over towards Icon again, I think. The day is cracking on now and it's time for our next ride. We're going over to the Mack Rides bobsled, the Avalanche.
Nickelodeon Street's still shut.
Is it? It must be shut all day. That's a shame because that is my favourite Woody here. I do love a nice ride on Avalanche. Like you can see, a day that is good for me is a day where my hair goes everywhere, goes all fluffy, like a little foxtail.
Giving up with mine.
Anyway, we're going to head round to Icon now, but we're going a long way around so we can get some shots of the various roller coasters running, and then we've got the steeplechase to do as well, which I totally forgot about. We might do the steeplechase first, we'll have a look when we get around there. Right, so we're going on one of the Pleasure Beach's normally free rides. You don't have to pay for this one if you have just a entry ticket. Obviously at the moment you have to pay for rides to come into the park, but normally this is free. Let's get through before the rain and water starts going again. I don't know, we're going to go through the Chinese maze. See what we can find in the middle. So within about 5 minutes we completed the maze and we're coming out the side now, which gives you a lovely view of the Nickelodeon Street roller coaster. Sadly not running today. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but some lovely shots of it. So we're in the last hour of park operations right now and we're heading over to the steeplechase, which is just over here to the left of the big one. Looks like it's going to be a walk-on, guys. So we'll see you when we get off of the steeplechase. The steeplechase may have been a walk-on, but it was the most depressing ride ever. We wanted to race each other, and basically they just, like, Louise got on one and they dispatched it, and then I ended up racing her, and I was like, I was so sad. It's like we never normally race, so I was like,
Because it's not really cute, you can't be like taking a mickey for.
But it was like they'd obviously staggered it because they had a party before, and they didn't say to look like Louise. Louise went off ahead, and they didn't say, oh wait, because they saw we were together. But yeah, we're going to be heading over to Icon now, where we can't race sadly because there's not two dueling tracks on this.
How cool would that be though?
That would be awesome. Yeah, so we're going to go on Icon. Hopefully we'll get another ride on this just before park shuts, because I do love this coaster, and the chances of us coming back this year are very slim now, although the park is open till December for their winter weekends. So our final ride on the beast that is Icon is complete now. That will, like I say, be the last time we'll ride that this season. I can't see us coming back here before the park closes in December. It's just, like, I love this place. It's just so far to travel for us. It's a good 300 miles. Obviously we came from Flamingo Land this time, so it wasn't too bad. I think it was about 140 odd miles. Tomorrow we're off to Drayton Manor, so another park we've only been to a couple of times. We should be able to squeeze one more ride in. I think it's going to be Louise's favourite, the Wallace and Gromit ride.
To get back to what Luke asked me a question, what was my favourite indoor ride?
Oh yeah, go on.
I think it's going to be Valhalla. I stole that from you, in the UK.
Because I said that when I went past it. I said, oh well, technically Valhalla is a dark ride. It's a dark ride and water ride. So yeah, Valhalla is amazing. You know, it's just the full package, isn't it, Valhalla?
What's your favourite UK indoor ride? There you go.
Valhalla, easily. Oh yeah, good question to ask. We will definitely be back here in 2021 when Valhalla reopens, and we will be bringing changes of clothes, and we will ride it over and over again. I just hope they're faithful to the original ride and do it justice, which I know they will, because they're really good here with keeping their rides in ship shape and all that. So anyway, we're going to just go over to the Wallace and Gromit ride, the Thrillmatic, as the park shuts in about 5 minutes. So it's going to be a walk-on for our last ride of the day. Absolutely no one up here. Going to go on the Thrillmatic. Oh no, it's a tragedy. It shuts at 4 o'clock. I didn't even realise. We could try the river caves as we go past it, but we'll have to see whether that's open. Last ride of the day, the river caves. 2 minutes to park close. I won't bother filming this one again, guys, so we'll see you when we get off and we'll say goodbye. Right guys, so that is it from the Blackpool Pleasure Beach for another vlog. I love it here. This is definitely my favourite park in the country. How's your day been though?
Really good. My favourite of this whole trip.
Crowd levels have been perfect. As always, Blackpool Pleasure Beach are pretty good with their social distancing and all that. Can't complain there at all.
Apart from some of the rides, but you know.
Well, yeah, it's a bit more difficult there, and like as long as you've got a face mask on, you know, it does help. Anyway, guys, going to leave the vlog there. Hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more content posted weekly, and we'll see you at Drayton Manor next week. Yeah.